Thus the word of Shemuel was to all Israel. And Israel went out to battle against the Pelethites, and encamped besides Eben-ha-ezer, while the Pelethites encamped in Aphek. And the Pelethites put themselves in battle array against Israel. And when the battle spread, Israel was smitten by the Pelethites, who killed about 4,000 men of the army in the field. And when the people came into the camp, the elders of Israel said, "Why has Yahweh smitten us today before the Pelethites? Let us bring the ark of the covenant of Yahweh from Shiloh to us, so that he comes into our midst and save us from the hand of our enemies." And the people sent to Shiloh, and they brought from there the ark of the covenant of Yahweh of hosts, dwelling between the cherubim. And the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were there, with the ark of the covenant of Elohim. And when the ark of the covenant of Yahweh came into the camp, all of Israel shouted so loudly that the earth shook. And when the Pelethites heard the noise of the shout, they said, "What is this noise of this great shout in the camp of the Ibram?" And when they knew that the ark of Yahweh had come into the camp, the Pelethites were afraid, for they said, "Elohim has come into the camp." And they said, "Woe to us, for it has never been like this before. Woe to us! Who shall deliver us from the hand of these mighty Elohim? These are the Elohim who smote the Mitzrites with all the plagues in the wilderness. Be strong and be men, you Pelethites, that you do not become servants of the Ibram, as they have been to you. Be men and fight." And the Pelethites fought, and Israel was smitten, and every man fled to his tent. And the slaughter was very great, and there fell of Israel 30,000 foot soldiers. And the ark of Elohim was captured, and the two sons of Eli died, Hophni and Phinehas. And a man from Benjamin ran from the battle line that same day, and came to Shiloh with his garments torn and dirt on his head. And he came in and saw Eli sitting on a seat by the wayside, watching. For his heart trembled for the ark of Elohim. And the man came into the city, and reported it, and all the city cried out. And Eli heard the noise of the outcry, and said, "What is this noise of the uproar?" And the man came hastily and informed Eli. Now Eli was 98 years old, and his eyes were so dim that he was unable to see. And the man said to Eli, "I am he who came from the battle, and I fled today from the battle line." And he said, "What is the matter, my son?" And the messenger answered and said, "Israel has fled before the Pelethites, and there has been a great slaughter among the people, and your two sons have died, Hophni and Phinehas, and the ark of Elohim has been captured." And it came to be, when he made mention of the ark of Elohim, that Eli fell off the seat backward by the side of the gate, and his neck was broken, and he died, for the man was old and heavy. And he ruled Israel 40 years. And his daughter-in-law, Phinehas' wife, was pregnant about to bear. And when she heard the news that the ark of Elohim was captured, and that her father-in-law and her husband were dead, she bowed herself and gave birth, because her pains came upon her. And about the time of her death, the women stood by her and said to her, "Do not fear, for you have borne a son." But she did not answer, nor did she put her heart to it. And she called the child Ichabod, saying, "The esteem has departed from Israel, because the ark of Elohim was taken, and because of her father-in-law and her husband." And she said, "The esteem has departed from Israel, for the ark of Elohim was taken."